Yeah, my down bad is Zach Wilson.
Cheeks.
Just a huge fall from grace. Remember at the beginning of the season, the big headline was he's a MILF hunter.
He's a dog.
He's a dog. He was one of the top guys in the NFL. Everybody loved him. And things have just changed so drastically. Said it wasn't his fault when it clearly was.
That was when the downfall started.
And then and now Mike White is back, and Zach Wilson is officially he got demoted to inactive. He's not even the backup anymore.
He's inactive?
That's what their coach said in the press conference.
Joe Flacco's their backup now.
Yeah.
They're not even suiting him up.
All right, this is the Boys Down Bad podcast, and we are extremely excited to welcome on Nebraska Basketball big man Derrick Walker to the pod. Boys, give it up. Derrick, thanks for being on, man.
No worries, man.
So we got to start with the Creighton game, obviously. First time beating them since 2018. It was awesome. First of all, we want to say thank you. Clap it up. Yeah. That was awesome. Right.
That was big for the state.
Absolutely. Take us through that game. What was it like going to Creighton and getting the dub there?
Honestly, I don't know. It was just like I feel like we just kind of had control of the game like throughout the whole time, I don't know. I don't know. It was a low scoring game. We knew that we could beat them. We feel like we can beat anyone we play. But it really didn't start to feel real until like the time started to wind down, and it's like, okay, like yeah, we're gonna take this one home. But I think it felt better after just getting all the love from the fans and just stuff like that. It was big time for a lot of the hometown people here, especially for Sam Griesel. It's really big time for him. So I don't know. I don't know. It was just a good game.
Yeah, you had yourself a good game. Put up what, 22 points?
Yeah.
That was awesome seeing you go to work. Just it seemed like we were in control the whole time, and you just played really well.
Yeah. So I'm a big Husker fan. I've been following the team since I could walk. It's just even during that Creighton game, I kept thinking, oh great, sometime we're gonna blow it, but it just never came because that's just what I'm used to with Husker basketball. I think it says a lot about the team we have this year. And kind of we were talking to Sam before the season started, and he said this team is different. They got good chemistry. They're gonna play hard, and we've certainly seen that. What are your thoughts there?
I agree with everything you said. I've been here going on my fourth year, and I've seen 4 different teams. So I agree. This team, they really do play hard, and we really do play together. And we're not as much as individuals as we have been in the past.
Absolutely. So I want to go back to kind of your start for basketball. So you're from KC, right?
Correct, yeah.
Was it always basketball for you, or did you play any other sports in high school?
Yeah, I didn't really start playing basketball till 8th grade. Then in my freshman year, I played football and basketball. I played football all up until my junior year. Because my senior year, I transferred to Sunrise Christian, where I just continued to play basketball there. I did a prep year there. Then went to Tennessee for 2 years, Tennessee Knoxville. Had a great run there. We were one in the country. We won conference my freshman year. So I had a great time there, being there with the Vols. And then I came here, redshirted, had the COVID year, then last year, and now I'm here in my 6th year.
How'd you yeah, you've been here for
a while. Yeah, right.
How'd you land on Nebraska? How'd that process go?
Well, so I knew one of the assistant coaches from my recruitment days. He recruited me to St. John's, so that's kind of how I knew him. I actually did an unofficial when Fred was at Iowa State. So I was familiar with Fred, and so the only thing that, honestly, I came out here for a football camp as well when I was in high school here in Nebraska. but also I visited with Tim Miles, did an unofficial with Tim Miles while I was at Sunrise. So yeah, when they wanted when they were recruiting me, Fred wanted me to come out and see the school and all that. I was just like, yo, I don't care to see the school. I just come talk to you. And so I drove here. I talked to Fred and went back home.
What was the transition like from Miles to Hoiberg?
I don't know. I never played under Miles.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how he was just as a coach, but just from talking to him, he's a great guy. High energy. I would have liked to see what he was like as a coach. I actually got to see him one of these years, and he was just like, "I'm glad to see you in red, finally." But yeah, I didn't get to play with Coach Miles, but I do remember he had these Stan Smiths that were pretty smooth.
So, obviously this year we talked a little bit about it, but you guys have played in some great games. The Creighton game, Purdue game. Seems like the chemistry is there. You guys are playing super hard. I love watching you. Can you just talk a little bit about the chemistry? What you've seen, what makes this team so special, and what makes you guys clicking right now?
I just think that we all realize like how talented we are individually, but I think we realize more that when we put it together, we're more talented, And like I said, we have a bunch of guys that are so selfless, but we also got a bunch of guys that can go for 20 in a given night, and that's my biggest thing is like I don't care who it is, as long as someone's doing it, and the team takes that mentality, we understand that it can be anyone's given night. Because of the offense we run, because of the team we have, the talent we have, everyone realizes that they can eat into this, like with this team and with this offense. So, like I said, we're just really unselfish. And everyone on the team are good dudes, like we don't have like bad characters at all. It's easy to talk to from the walk-ons to the starters. Like everyone gets along, and I think that's the biggest part of like why we're doing better than what we have in the years is just because everyone gets along. There's not animosity between each other. There's not jealousy between anyone. Everyone accepts the team that we have, and everyone just wants to win. And we realize that we need each other to win.
Absolutely. So speaking of some of those teammates, one of our favorite guys is Casey. He's awesome. We love watching him put up threes, and he just brings the energy. Can you talk a little about him? Like, what's it like playing with him?
I love Casey. It's like playing with Casey. It's like playing with Draymond and Steph Curry. Like when he's on the court, I'm his Draymond. Just because like he's so talented, he's so skilled. And he brings a lot of enjoyment to the game. He brings a lot of excitement and fun to the game. And when he gets going, man, you don't want to miss it. He's so skilled. Like he's so tiny, but he's so skilled, and I just love him. Me and Casey talk stuff to each other every day. That's my guy, though. That's my guy. I love Casey. I have nothing but great things to say about him. And I mean, having him on your team is great because like the defense has to key in on him so much. So it's like they don't want him to shoot, and the moment they jump out on him is the moment I'm open, and he realizes that. So me and him actually feed well off each other because I know where he wants to get. Like I know how to get him shots, and he knows how to get me shots as well.
Yeah, those 2 threes he hit against Purdue were insane.
Big time.
What was the huddle like when and all that emotion after he hit that 3 to send it to overtime against Purdue? That place was rocking. How did it feel?
It was, I mean, we knew we could have won that game. It was just, I mean, like any game, it was just amazing to, be in there and have a chance to win. Although we didn't win it, we knew that we could hang with those guys. We knew that we could have beat them guys. And every time Casey shoots it, I think it's going in. And he does too. If you couldn't tell, he definitely does too. But they say shooting the ball in those moments, you know. And that's the biggest thing, you know. Everyone was just, I don't know, emotions was high. We wanted that game so bad.
Yeah, so speaking of Purdue, they always have these monsters every year, just big men.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, Zach Edey, 7'4". What's it like just guarding him? And how do you held him to 11 points? He didn't really have a good game. What kind of went
Yeah.
into that?
Well, I'm not used to playing 7-footers, but they actually so a couple years ago they had a big named Matt Harms that I went to Sunrise with, and he's a footer. But no, 7'4" is actually a different monster. But you know, with that, there's pros and cons. You know, he's not as fast as me. So I was able to get around him and just use my feet with quickness and create my own shots. You know, 7'4", so I obviously have to use a lot of angles. But you know, I'm pretty strong, and you know, my teammates helped me out a lot. Like if I'm being honest, like I did my job, but my teammates had my back throughout the whole night. So I can't take full credit for the job that was done on him. It just looks like I did the job because that was my matchup. But no, we all matched up with him, and we all did a great job of just guarding him. He had 11 points, but he almost had like 20 rebounds. You know, so it's like you got to give up one of the other.
Give
You
and
know,
take for sure.
Yeah, so Nebraska obviously more known for football. What makes playing for Nebraska so special, and kind of what's the biggest draw to playing in Lincoln?
I mean, yes, we're a football school, but they show love for all sports. You know, volleyball, basketball, soccer, whatever it may be. You know, they show love for all sports. And heck, when we're winning, they're really going to show more love. You know, so just being a part of Nebraska, there's no other sports teams here. You know, so it's just like everyone can't only love football. Everyone can't only love basketball. So the love is shared between all sports. And I think that's one of the greatest things about Nebraska.
Absolutely. So speaking of Nebraska, we all went to Lincoln East, which is where Sam's from. Sam's our guy.
Mhm.
He's been on the pod a couple times. Can you talk about just what it was like, Sam coming in, and what kind of impact he had on the team? Because it seems like it's been a lot.
Yeah, Sam's just a really he's always super composed. He's a really big kid. As you guys know, he has huge shoulders. Um, and he's smart. You know, he's a great leader. And I trust him. You know, he's one of the guys that I don't have to worry about doing his job on the court. He rebounds. He's one of those dudes that's just going to go out there every night, and whether he's scoring or not, he's going to do whatever he can to impact the game in a positive way. And he helps me a lot. You know, he talks to me a lot. He helps me with my confidence, and he puts a lot of trust in me. And I put a lot of trust in him. You know, so he's a good point guard. I love who he is as a person, on and off the court. You know, I always tell people this, like, Sam's like the perfect guy that any girl would want to like marry. Like literally, like I have nothing bad to say about Sam. He's literally perfect, you know.
Great dude.
So if y'all got some tea on Sam, let me know.
Oh, spill it. Let's go. Spill it.
Now we'll see if he wants to fess up. We'll get it out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're sitting around 500 right now. Really competitive games. I love watching you guys play. We got Big Ten play coming up. Big game against Iowa. I know we're gonna make a run, but I want you to convince me that we're gonna make a run.
You want me to convince you?
I just need to hear it. Feed my Kool-Aid.
Well, I mean, if we went into overtime with the number 17, and we beat Creighton.
Yeah.
Or Creighton was number 7, they were number 1, right?
Yeah.
So I feel if we can hang in there with top 10 teams in the country, we can hang with any team in the Big Ten. I've always believed Big Ten was fair game, and I believe that it's up to us. You know, so if we come out and do what we're supposed to do, I believe we can beat any team in the Big Ten.
And we're
Love
gonna.
that.
I
I'm
love
going
that.
to.
That's
And we're
all.
gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, tournament, here we come.
So you
Here
said
we come. No,
Big Ten.
but real talk, it's definitely gonna be a different year. No matter what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, this is a different Nebraska team, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, we can see that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So with Big Ten play coming up, other than PBA, what's the hardest place to play in the Big Ten?
In the Big Ten, shoot, there's a couple. Indiana, obviously. Purdue is one of them. I would say Michigan State. Both of those teams are good environments to play in. Actually, the Wisconsin team, Wisconsin was a good environment to play in last year. So, yeah, I don't know. It just depends on who got the best crowd that night,
What
Because, go
oh,
ahead.
go. Oh,
No,
what
go
makes
ahead.
it so tough? What makes it so tough playing on the road? Because there's such a big difference. The spreads are always different if you're at home on the road. What is it that actually makes it like so tough to win on the road?
Every place is different, You're going to a new place, you're eating different food, you're not in the comfortability of like your own home, your own gym. You're not absolutely used to shooting on those courts or being on that court and just being at that environment. So whenever you're not in your home, like your home, all odds are stacked against you. Whether that's football, basketball, chess, it don't matter. It just being away just takes out the comfortability. So it's just like how do you dig out a win when you're not comfortable?
Has there been anything like you go to a different stadium and you're like, wow, that's like actually crazy? Like you're like, why do they do it like this?
Sometimes. Sometimes I don't understand the chants.
Mm.
That's I think that's the biggest thing. Sometimes I don't understand the chants. Some places the away locker rooms are terrible. Well, it's just stuff that you gotta deal with. You get used to it. Because I don't even know what our away locker room looks like. So somebody might feel like our away locker room is horrible. So yeah.
Awesome. So last thing I wanted to talk to you about, it's not really basketball related. You started a company a while back called Tallboy Trucking. Is that true?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Is that still going?
Yeah, it's just up and down, but yeah.
No. That seems a little random. How did that like come about and why'd you chase that dream?
Really just, obviously want to make money, but I wanna have a corporation that I employ people and I put money in people's pockets, for people to like, feed their families, or whatever it may be. But it all started just because I was honestly bored. And I wanted to do something that'll stick, not because of my name or not because of my relevance, but something that the economy needs and something that'll be around whether I play basketball or not.
So I talked a
Let me
little
have
bit
it.
about Coach Hoiberg. A lot of people in Nebraska are kind of uncertain about him. I'm a huge fan of him. I think, people think that our offense isn't great. We're getting open shots. We're not making them, but we will.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just talk about Coach Hoiberg and how he's from the NBA, player development. How has he made you a better player and like the day-to-day in practice that people don't see? How good of a coach is he actually compared to what people just think on the outside?
He's actually like an offensive genius. Hoiberg is really smart. And he's really good with numbers. But his offense is made for maturity. Because he has an NBA style of offense. And if you watch the NBA, you will see some of the plays that we run, and you will see the similarities in it. And with that being said, there's a lot of freedom within our offense. Hoiberg's not going to yell at you on offense for taking. I mean, we see K-State play. He might tell you to tone it down a little bit, but he's very fair. He's very reasonable, and he allows us to have a lot of freedom. You know, as long as we're not just jacking the dumbest shots, you know, he's a great coach. You know, he's super kind just as a human, as a person. He cares, you know, and I think that's one of the biggest things is his care more than anything. You know, because yeah, he might get on you from time to time, but he's not gonna hurt your feelings. He's not gonna tell you all these bad things. You know, he's only gonna encourage you and help you out. You know, he's helped me. He's helped me a lot with just changing my offense. I mean, my shot. And he puts a lot of trust in me. You know, and I think that says more than anything, just knowing that you have a coach that trusts you. You know, whether you're having a good game or not.
Absolutely. Awesome. That's awesome. Well, Derrick, thanks. We really appreciate you coming on. We're excited to watch you play some ball in March.
We're gonna make a run.
No worries, man. I appreciate it.
When this comes out, we will beat Iowa. So good win.
True.
Good win on Thursday.
Good win.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Derrick.
Thank you.
Appreciate
All right, no
it.
problem. Y'all have a good one, man.
All right. Thank you, Derrick. I'm fired up for Husker football and basketball now. We're going to make a run in March.
Yep. Tournament, here we come.
Big win Thursday.
Big win.
Can't believe we did it.
Yesterday, yeah.
We did it.
Got Iowa
What a
in
game.
football and basketball.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Losers.
McCaffrey was crying on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
All three of them.
All three of them.
Yeah.
True. For Husker Talk today, I saw that Tommy Armstrong saved a life.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that?
Yep.
What was the full story there?
There was a fire.
Took someone
Fire.
out of a burning building or
I
something?
think one of his neighbors' house was on fire, and he just ran in there.
What a guy.
True hero.
That's a Husker right there.
True Husker.
True Husker.
Isn't he? I think he's coaching at North Star now.
He is. He's like their offensive coordinator.
At
Really?
North Star.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have we discussed commits yet? I couldn't remember.
Because
No.
signing day was Wednesday.
Okay, so we
I'll
just
pull up
missed
our
it.
class.
Yeah, pull up the class. I'm starting to buy in heavily, and I'm getting a little nervous.
We jumped like 30 spots, I saw. Like, we were 68th before Rule came, and now we're like top 30.
Yeah.
I'm getting.
So
It's actually incredible.
That's a big jump.
Nebraska has the number 28 class.
Yeah,
So we
it's
jumped
good.
40 spots.
It goes number 4 or 5 in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Which is really good for for 3 weeks. The rules there.
Mm-hmm.
28 or 33 overall, 28 composite, which is commits, new guys coming in, and then 24 in the portal. So
We got a good portal guy, too. Center?
Yeah, from Arizona
last
State.
Arizona State, yeah.
that was big.
He's pretty good, I think.
4-year starter, 3-year starter, something.
That was huge. Malka's coming for sure.
Staying home.
Staying home. That was big.
Credit to us.
Credit to.
For
I think we
convincing him.
may have kept him
I
here.
think we were the final straw, the last deciding factor.
I think so. Probably.
So, good job of us.
When I was watching that, I was very concerned because he was talking very highly of Colorado, and then Nebraska everything was just good.
Mhm.
Wasn't anything bad. Wasn't, a stellar visit.
Mhm.
We didn't break out the rented cars and the Louis bags.
We did not. How'd you guys feel about that? Coach Prime breaking out.
Yeah.
the
I
Louis
thought it was
bags.
funny.
The cars were cool. The bags were.
It's just funny
feel like-
because he said he was bringing his Louis bags and that.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
now.
People are kind of flaming on
Yeah, they
Dion
did not
on
like
Twitter and stuff. They're like, because he's always like, we're coming, like, I'm not easy or I'm not hard to find. And people are like,
He doesn't.
it's your
recruit.
job to go find kids, not them come find
I'm
you.
so curious how it's all gonna play out with Dion because he just does it so differently, and all the boomers hate it because he's super cocky and just he doesn't really, like you said, he doesn't really recruit players. He just counts on them coming to him. And I heard all of Colorado's signing class that they had with the old coach and old coaching staff, he just treated them horribly and didn't even talk to some guys and said we're just removing your scholarship. So it's an interesting approach, and
I'm trying to see where they ended up.
it's a bad way to go about it, but I think it's still going to work because people are going to want to play for Dion, and
Yeah.
I don't know, it'll be interesting. But
I mean,
either way, he's not going to be there long. If he has success, he's off to the next job he can find.
Oh yeah,
I think.
100%. He's not long term at Colorado.
43 in the country for commits, but they were the number 3 transfer
Yeah.
ranking, which
Sounds
you
about
got
right.
Shador and Travis Hunter. I mean,
Mhm.
those are the 2 that vaulted that ranking.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be good this upcoming year, but
I think they're going to be really good
next
in
2 or 3 years, it might be a little scary. I think we're catching them at the right time.
Yeah.
Actually, do we play them? We probably play them next 2 years, right?
They probably come here.
They come
after
here
next
Yeah, I
year.
think
Yeah.
Next, yeah.
If only we had like a way to check that.
Let me get
Yeah.
that for you.
That would be pretty nice. Yeah.
So Notre Dame was supposed to have a really good class, and then it all fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
They had, you see the guy who was
Yeah.
originally committed to Notre Dame,
Then
flipped
he-
to
yeah.
Oregon, and then flipped to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
All within
5-star.
24 hours.
A 5-star, too.
24 hours.
Well, he signed with Oregon.
Jeez.
So he was committed to Notre Dame this whole time. National Signing Day, he flipped it, signed with Oregon, and then the next day somehow he was able to switch it to Oklahoma, which I don't. He physically signed with Oregon, so I don't know how that was possible.
So Jack Mack from Barstool has a theory that if you follow people who are, it's a transfer portal.
So it is at home. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks, Chris.
Got Colorado. Thanks, Chris.
You bet.
So if a guy enters the transfer portal, you look to see if he has a girlfriend, and you look to see where
Oh,
that
yeah.
girlfriend goes, and it's a very high percentage that they go to where their girlfriend play, or
Mm.
because like I think
Interesting.
Case or Adrian's girlfriend was at,
Good. She was at
K-State.
K-State.
and I
Yeah.
think Keaton Slovis, his girlfriend was at Pitt, and he transferred to Pitt. So if you're
It's a good theory.
Yeah, and this guy's girlfriend plays soccer
at
for Oklahoma.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Might have cracked the code there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Just recruit soccer players, and then
Yeah.
their boyfriends will
Get
come.
the girlfriends. Was that the whole Twitter thing with Oklahoma?
Then their soccer team
Yeah.
Posted a picture of her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was kind of confused about what was going on there.
Well played by Oklahoma.
Yeah. Yeah. Props to them. Well, should we move into the down bads of the week? I think we've got some
Sure.
good ones.
Yeah.
Jordan, what do you got?
So my down bad is Dabo Sweeney. Now, he's a good coach. I think he's very corny. I think he, really plays to the boomers. He was talking about NIL, and he said, "We built this program on NIL. Probably different than what you're thinking, though. We built this on God's name, image, and likeness." So I get he's a huge Christian, which is great. But that's just not what NIL is.
No, it's not.
And I just think it's such a try-hard thing to do. He's a good coach. His programs have success. He just doesn't need to be doing that. I just think he got
Yeah, that was
flamed on
weird.
Twitter for it. It was such a weird thing to say that I didn't see any upside in him saying that.
No, not really.
But Dabo,
Down bad.
yeah.
I like that one. Trev?
Yeah, my down bad is Zach Wilson.
Cheeks.
Just a huge fall from grace. If we remember at the beginning of the season, the big headline was he's a MILF hunter.
He's a dog.
He's a
a
dog.
dog.
Everybody was just like he was the one of the top guys in the NFL. Everybody loved him, and things have just changed so drastically ever since I think it was maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago. He had a rough game. The Jets lost, and he took no accountability for
They
it,
didn't
and basically said it wasn't
That-
his fault when it
That
clearly
was when the downfall started.
And then
Yeah.
ever since then, he's Mike White got injured, so he had to start for 2 or 3 games. Played horribly, and now Mike White is back, and Zach Wilson is officially he got demoted to inactive. He's not even the backup anymore.
He's
That's
inactive.
what their coach said in the press conference.
Joe
He's-
Flacco's their backup now.
Yeah,
They're not even suiting him up.
he
What about-
can't.
What about
Wilson cannot play.
Who is the guy who played last week?
Oh,
his
like
name?
Strevler or
Pete
something.
Strevler, yeah.
So
he
his-
was like Taysom Hill.
He's
He was
probably the
kinda good.
QB3.
Yeah.
And Zach Wilson is inactive. Just
Did you see
no injury at all. Just
Yeah.
he bought the offensive line?
Yeah.
Because he was starting, so you have to buy your offensive line gifts, and then he got
Mhm.
benched
Got him like
that-
scooters or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like mopeds. It was
Yeah.
a weird, Patrick Mahomes bought his offensive lineman tailor-made golf clubs.
Yeah.
That was cool.
It's just such a fall from grace. I think his mom tweeted something too. Let me find it.
It's insane. Just the
Is he on his rookie? He's on his rookie deal, isn't
Yeah.
he?
They'll drop him after the year.
well, I was gonna ask someone will take it. Someone will pick him up.
Yeah.
He'll probably be starting with another team soon.
Or be their backup.
I
And
could-
then if somebody gets hurt.
I could see him doing well if he goes to a team that already has like an established quarterback, like Tom Brady. Like put him as a backup, and I don't think Brady's going to be in Tampa next year. But if you had him in Tampa, learn under Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody DM'd Zach Wilson's mom and said some nice things and then said one more thing. Zach has single-handedly caused me the most pain and agony out of any player in sports history. Thank God he's benched. Have a good day and God bless. And then his mom replied to that and said, it's not possible for anyone to be successful here. Your fan base is toxic. Merry Christmas.
That
So,
I saw.
yeah,
Him and his mom do not like the New York media.
no.
They hate them.
I
Maybe
think
it's because he sucks.
Yeah. If he was
Let him
good, they'd
know.
love
And
him.
Yeah.
even if he handled that one press conference that had started the demise, if he handled that like a normal quarterback does, I think he's still starting,
Oh, I 100% agree.
and he still has the support of Jets Nation for sure because he played decent at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't do that, if he's not just
And-
an asshole,
Also, some quarterbacks just like they get in the league and they're just not good, which is I think people they don't hate you for that, but when you don't take any ownership
Yes.
or accountability and blame other people, like not everybody pans out to be a NFL quarterback
Like-
even when they're good in college, and that happens. Like
Johnny Manziel was.
yeah,
Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen.
Yeah.
And nobody hates Josh Rosen.
No.
Just
I do think if
Just didn't pan out.
Wilson
Yeah.
isn't in, I mean, you can't say that after the game when the reporter asks you like, do you think the offense let the defense down? And you say no. Like you're gonna get flamed everywhere. But I think the
Yeah.
New York media is more critical. I think
Sure.
if he's in like
Well, yeah.
Seattle, where that's not gonna get picked up. I mean, it's gonna get picked up on, but it's not as dramatic as the New York media.
Yeah.
So
But if I'm a defensive guy and I hear that, I'm just like,
yeah, because
I'm
their
done
defense
with you.
is good.
I'm giving up on you.
They have
Like,
Their
fantastic
defense is elite.
elite
they're
defense.
playoff defense.
Oh, easily.
But but their offense sucks with him, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Don't even. So Zach's down bad. I don't even feel bad for him. It's
Oh, yeah.
pretty much all self-inflicted.
Yeah, he asked for that one.
Go find a MILF to make up for it.
Chris, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with Southwest Airlines.
Yeah,
Just
good one,
airlines in
Chris.
general.
Good
Thank
one.
you. Boys
Absolutely
gave me that
brutal.
one. A little unprepared for that one, but
It's okay. We've all been there.
yeah, there's been a lot of cancellation with flights recently with the bad weather. But then I saw today on Twitter that they shipped all the bags to the destination, even
Oh.
when the flight was canceled. So all the bags are just sitting in the airport when they're
just on the
owners,
carousel.
yeah, or just like
when,
right next
when
to
they're
it.
not even there.
Yeah, when the people are still at
Yeah,
the
we can't do
previous
that.
airport waiting for their flight.
Oh,
They just shipped
wow.
their luggage off.
by the time this podcast comes out, I'm supposed to be on a Southwest flight.
Ooh,
So we'll see what happens
doubt
there.
that.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know multiple people who have had their flights delayed days, like 3 or 4 days.
Well, I think it wasn't all the bad weather. I think there was just a huge error with Southwest's like tracking system of their employees. I heard it was just
Yeah.
something
They
went
were
wrong.
Super short staff.
Yep. And
yeah,
they were
and there was like some program error. Like they just didn't think about something that could happen. I don't know I should
they
have
were
looked at the details.
overbooking flights by
Yeah.
like 25 people.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you really do that.
I think
But-
overbooking flights is the biggest scam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe in America.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Well, it's the worst feeling, I think. I even get nervous, like, getting on a flight and, like, is my luggage going to be there?
Mhm.
And then you have to
Oh,
wait
yeah.
for your luggage. And, like, is it coming? Like,
Yeah, it sucks.
but now you have to fly to the place and find your luggage. That's just going to be a nightmare for people.
Yeah.
Like when we flew to Italy, we had to stop in, I think it was London, and that's where like there were just like mountains of bags just stacked up, and I was like, we are for sure losing
Yeah.
all of our
You-
bags.
When something like that happens, because I've been in that position, you put your bag on the pile or wherever, you're like, there's no chance this gets to me.
Yeah, like
Anytime soon.
you kind of just have to like if you're going with somebody, like pack half your stuff in each one because
Yeah.
you kind of have to assume you're gonna go 50-50 on is this gonna get there.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be that hard. I know there's a lot going on, but they make
A lot of bags going out.
pay them the big bucks.
Yeah, I mean other airlines
better.
right now are doing
Fine. Yeah.
So
Overbooking is just.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a crazy concept.
You're
You're
betting,
banking on people not going on the flight.
especially like if you're going somewhere cool. It's like if you're going to Florida to go to Disney, nobody's not showing up for that flight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A life like emergency had to happen for somebody not to get on that flight.
Yeah.
You can't oversell
They
that.
probably have math behind it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
yeah, Southwest is down bad. My down bad is this tweet. Chris, I sent it to you. Can you please pull it up? It's
job,
by Bill Fan Account. And the tweet is, sports will never be as important as music or any other art. Everyone can run and kick balls. A few can write and produce songs. Being creative and expressing yourselves is something no football player can do successfully and win awards for that. And that tweet got about 1,000 retweets, 9,000
gosh.
likes, and 25,000 quote tweets. And Chris, I would like you to go to some of the quote tweets because they are hilarious. Just pulling it up. So it's just a montage of people saying, like that one, what does it say? Taylor Swift is not doing what Derwin James is doing. It was him just lighting up a Colts receiver last night.
Let me know what artist is doing this.
Yeah. So there's like I said, 25,000 of these, just like the best sports moments, and people just flaming.
Sheeran
Seen Ed
can't
Sheeran
do
a lot.
this.
Ed Sheeran can't do this. It's a pole vaulter. Let's see what
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think Ed Sheeran's doing
Nope.
that. Harry Styles and Taylor Swift can't do this. It's Mahomes. Oh yeah, this play was awesome. Just scrambling around.
It's just a heinous.
It was a heinous take,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really bad take.
and there's just it goes on and on and on. People flaming him. So I just thought that was funny.
Because there's also, they were talking about like awards.
Mm-hmm.
There are
There's awards for sports.
in sports.
Yeah, it's true.
MVP.
Also, the Eagles' offensive line just released a Christmas album.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
So they
I
can
think-
sing.
I think what this person is trying to say is you can't like express and have people connect to things like music and art can, but I disagree because sports are a huge part of a lot of people's lives and they connect through sports.
Mhm.
Like
Brian Robinson when he got shot and he
Yeah.
came back and they played that song.
yeah.
Yep.
Well,
It
just
was
sports
moved people.
sports gives people a lot of happess and joy just like music does.
Mhm.
And
If there
art.
wasn't sports, we
I don't
wouldn't
know
be
what the
doing
hell I'd
this.
talk about to people if there wasn't sports.
It's true.
What else do you talk about with your coworkers? See that
Politics.
game last night? Yeah, I did. It's a good conversation.
It is. It
And if
really
you didn't
is.
see it, you say, no, what happened? And then
then
there's
there-
a
boom.
15-minute conversation.
There you go.
You didn't watch the game, but you feel like you
How
learned
about
something.
them Huskers?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So terrible take by Bill Fan Account.
It's a very
He-
shallow take
He
by
slash she is
person.
down bad. Good down bads. That was good.
Thanks.
We're gonna move into college football. We've got some huge games coming up that will happen before the next pod, so we're gonna cover them. But let's do a quick bowl pick'em update.
No, let's not.
I think Chris is running away with it.
Let's not look at this.
There's the standings, boys.
What are you? We can't.
I am
Can you
14.
scroll up a little bit? We can't
Yeah.
see because the
phone's in the
camera's
way.
blocking. 14-6.
Yep. I'm 14-6.
Mm.
Peters is 11-9.
Yeah.
Dylan's 10-10, and Trev's 8-12.
Not
Shoot.
great.
There's a lot of
Chris
games
is-
left though.
Yeah, a lot of games left. You never
You
know.
could do a double 2 miles.
Oh,
Double
God.
beer mile.
Oh,
Couple beer miles for
Just has to
Trev.
run 2 miles and
Drink
Twice
8
as many
beers.
beers.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, no, I could also not do that. I don't think I physically could do that.
We got a lot of time, a lot of games.
Oh, yeah, I'll
left,
come
though.
back.
So let's talk about it. College football playoff on is it Saturday? Sunday?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday,
the
New Year's
31st.
Eve.
Saturday. New Year's
Yep.
Eve. First game, TCU Michigan. Michigan's favored by 7.5. Over under 58.5. What do you guys think here?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
TCU Michigan. Michigan's favored by 7.5. Over under 58.5.
I
Kind
feel
of
like that's a really good line.
yeah.
there's not.
It's just hard to tell what's gonna happen.
It
I don't know.
is.
I could see
TCU winning this
I
game.
could
I
see
could
him
also
hanging out,
see him
hanging in it.
getting killed.
I think this one is the more likely. Usually we get one blowout, one close game.
Mm-hmm.
I think this has the most blowout potential because TCU is really good at making second half adjustments.
Yes.
But so is Michigan.
Michigan's a second
Yeah.
half team. I don't know.
So I feel like if they're down like 14,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to get ugly quick. But I don't know. Like, I feel like taking Michigan first half just because you're going to get it at what, 4?
4.5 probably.
Yeah. I like that.
People have doubted TCU all year,
I
Yeah.
know.
so
They've kind of bought into that, but then they didn't look great against K-State. But then they still came all the way back and had a chance.
Mhm.
yeah.
So it's just what they
It's just-
do.
it
I
is
don't.
what they do.
I'm truly torn on this game.
I don't know either.
I think
It'll be
Michigan will win
fun.
the game. It's just I
Seven
don't
and a
know
half
if
might be a lot.
I don't know if
Or
they'll
it could be
cover
not a
7.5.
lot. I don't know.
Is Blake Corum out?
I think he's out for the year.
Yeah.
That's what I,
I think
thought.
their backup is just as good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got a good O-line. I don't know. Duggan's
J.J. McCarthy is.
got
apparently
that
good.
dog in him.
He does.
He's just a warrior.
Mm-hmm. Josh Allen vibes. He
Yeah.
reminds me so much of Josh Allen.
It's just their defense is a little sus.
Mhm.
Yeah. Their defense could be their downfall.
Yeah. So over.
Could be an overplay.
Could be an over.
I think we
But
just
are they
talked
gonna
ourselves in an over.
Are they going to score any points?
Yeah, they can score.
I think they can score because they have that good wide receiver,
Mm-hmm.
that huge wide receiver.
Yeah.
He's like 6'7" or something.
Talk myself into the over.
Okay.
Yep.
I like
Over.
the over.
Official play.
I can always get on an over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game 2, Ohio State, Georgia. Georgia's favored by 6.5. Over under 62. I think I like the over in this one too.
Sure.
I mean, Georgia's going to score on Ohio State.
Georgia's going to score,
mean-
and I think Ohio State, they'll put up points.
Is
not
Marvin
having,
Harrison playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I figured he
But
was.
Smith and Jigba's not.
Yeah.
But that was like the whole season.
Yeah.
I
Still
think
would've
this
helped
is one that is going to be closer.
I do too.
Like, the thing you worry about is if Georgia gets 2 stops in a row,
Yeah.
because they're going to score. You got to think you're down. If you're Ohio State, if they stop you the first 2 drives, you're down at least 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia's just like Michigan, kind of, only a little bit better. And Michigan dominated Ohio State
Mm-hmm.
with running and being physical. So,
The thing is, Michigan didn't kill Ohio State the whole game. It was close for like 3 quarters. The score looked like it was a
Yeah.
blowout.
Yeah.
I don't think Ohio State can win because I don't think they can get enough stops.
Yeah.
I thought their defense was going to be a lot better coming into the year because they got the Oklahoma State defensive coordinator. And that's why I liked them. I thought they could win it all, but their defense has been okay. It just, I don't know. This one, I think it's close.
Georgia's played a couple close games with not great teams, but it seems like they can just turn it on when they need to.
They killed
Yeah.
a good team.
Yeah.
Like
So-
Tennessee.
whenever they need to step up,
They do.
Yeah.
they rise up
Yeah.
and
They're
dominate.
not the sexiest team. They just kind of, they're kind of like a Michigan, like you said. They just kind of beat you physically, and I don't know.
They turn it on when
I
they
think
need to.
Ohio State's kind of in a weird spot where they're like have nothing to lose, which is rare for Ohio State. They're kind of just playing. They might play pretty free and
Yeah.
try all the tricks in the bag. I could see them keeping it close. What is it, 6.5?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think I could take the 6.5.
I could
with Ohio
absolutely take the
State.
6.5.
Yeah.
Maybe
Ryan
take.
Day
I
kind of coach
yeah.
for.
No, he's fine. Maybe
I
take
saw
Georgia live.
A lot of people are saying this is a big game for Harbaugh. Just to
No.
like
I think
To-
it is.
to take like the, next step and
because you
Well, yeah. take
you've
the
proven
next
you can
step.
beat.
yeah, Ohio State. You've
Yeah.
proven you can get to the playoff.
They got
But
killed
you
last
ca-
year
yeah,
in the playoff.
You can't go to the playoff every year and just get killed
Yeah.
I was watching something.
at Michigan.
I'd take it.
Well,
It-
yeah. When your comparison is not making a bowl game in
Yeah.
however many years.
I think the thing with Ryan Day, like at 99.9% of jobs in the country, he's completely fine. But you've gotten beat pretty bad the past 2 years.
Mhm.
and they didn't go to the playoff last year.
No.
They made it this year. They got lucky to get in.
Yeah.
Like you have 3 jobs: beat Michigan, win the Big Ten, get to the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't done 2 of those last year. I don't know.
Yeah, but once the playoff expands, they're in every year. Ohio
Yeah,
State's not going to not make it.
Yeah.
If he just keeps losing to Michigan, that's the only way he gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fine for now.
My plays are going to be the over on both, I think.
Over on both.
Over on both.
I think we take Ohio State in the points and then hope they get off to a good start. Maybe try to squeeze it with some Georgia live. I think that might be my angle of attack.
Do you take some Ohio State money line then to start?
Sure.
And then you can
get both money lines.
You could get both money lines at plus money and
can't lose.
Win either way.
Wow.
How about that?
Smart.
Just some advice,
Look at the boys.
Yeah.
If you're on TikTok and you watch this, just take the opposite.
Oh, it's such a square play.
Square play.
No.
It's true. It'll be fun to watch. I'm intrigued by both games. I think last year Georgia Michigan, we knew it was going to be a blowout. So it's cool that both games this year you don't really know what's going to happen.
I'm ready for college football to kind of get going again because these bowl games, it's been football, but it's been bad teams and
bowl games
have
really bad.
A lot of
no really good
6
games. A lot of unders.
Yuck.
But yeah, college football will be back starting this weekend because there's some good games coming up.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, I guess week 18, let's move into the boys down bad parlay.
Yeah, we need to address the week. It's week 18.
Mm-hmm.
We get it's week 17 of the NFL season. We started this in week 0 of
I saw
football.
5 comments about this on TikTok.
Yeah, we did week 0.
We did week 0. If you've been following us, you would know that.
Yeah.
So
it's the people that
all these
the
fake
first thing
fans.
they see.
We did a parlay on week 0. That's
So
why we
we're
have
ahead
18.
a week.
Yeah.
Correct.
We have an extra week. Sorry.
We can do math.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry that it just is incomprehensible.
Yeah, they just can't figure it out. It's fine, whatever. Peters, what do you got?
I'm going to take Clemson -5
Square.
against Tennessee. It's very square. Hendon Hooker's not playing.
Goes with Dabo.
Oh, yeah. That was your down bad.
So the backup is just better than DJ was.
Yeah.
No Hendon Hooker, no Jalen Hyatt. I think Joe Milton, he's great at throwing it downfield, but if he's throwing a slant, he throws it 100 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take Clemson -5. I get it square.
It's fine. Sometimes you have to take the
It'll
square
hit.
play. Yeah,
It'll hit.
Yeah.
Trev?
Yeah, also going with the square play.
Square.
So,
Square.
no, I already know it. The squarest play of all is Alabama -6.5.
Square.
And that's
That
what
is
we're
the
going with.
Yep.
I've been getting more hate on TikTok. I love it.
Yep.
Tell me it's a square bet. I don't care. It's going to hit.
Yep.
You say, Alabama doesn't want to play K-State. Yeah, I don't care. Nobody opted out. Nobody opted out.
Mm-hmm.
If you just put the 2 teams on paper, who's the better team? It's Alabama. K-State's, they've been competitive all year, but this is a whole new animal. This isn't the Big 12 anymore. This isn't Kansas anymore. Oh. They're not in Kansas anymore.
Whoa,
Bama's.
look at that.
I just thought of that
Look
right
at
now. Bama's going to I think they're going to kill them by 20 plus. Take the alternate line, but take them 6.5.
20 plus, okay. I like
lock
that.
it in.
Love that. Chris, what do you got?
All right, I'm going to a gross game.
Love it.
Gross bowl game.
Perfect.
Iowa, Kentucky.
Oh, gosh.
The over-under is 31, and we're going under.
Oh, wow. I hate that. I hate
the
that.
final
so
score
much.
could be 7-0.
Square.
3-0
That's not
even.
Square.
It could be
Square.
3-2.
Could be it. There's no way both these teams get
disgusting.
to 31.
Because Will Levis isn't playing.
Kentucky's
cheating
running.
away.
Yeah,
Kentucky's running back isn't playing.
Their quarterback isn't playing. I
So
would.
they're not going to score on
so
Iowa.
Stupid.
Yeah, and Iowa's offense sucks. Seriously, this game could end 3-0. I mean, that's how bad of a game it's going to be.
So it's going to fly over.
Yeah.
It probably will, but you know what? I'm taking the under 31.
Square.
Ugh.
Yeah, just throw up
like
while
it.
you're watching.
I like that. That's a good one. I'm going to a fun one.
All right.
I'm going to the Barstool Bowl.
Okay.
First annual Barstool Bowl. Ohio, Wyoming, over 42.5. We've got a MAC school. I know Big Cat and Dan are going to be cheering for the over.
Oh, yeah.
Big Cat and Dan?
Well, I bet. Well, maybe
Yeah.
not.
Those are the same person.
Oh,
Dave?
Big Cat and Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
Sorry. Big Cat and Dave will be cheering for the over. I know they will. It's a MAC
Oh, yeah.
school.
Yep.
It's going to fly over. It's not even going to be close. So you can lock that parlay up.
If you want to take the other side of it, take Tennessee, the under, the over.
Yeah, go ahead and do that for all you,
Yep.
all you TikTok
And you'll
guys
lose,
out
and we'll
there.
win, and
Yep.
then
I didn't realize how many geniuses were on TikTok because it's just people who just think they know
The
everything.
comment section is all sharps.
It is.
I would love
Yeah. Never seen so many sharps than the TikTok comment section on our videos.
can't wait till this one hits, and then we can just
Oh, we're letting them hear it.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's going to happen.
Watch
See you
out
guys
next
on
week.
Sunday.
Yep. See, I love
We'll
comments
revisit
like that. Yeah, we'll revisit
Then
this.
if it loses, you hope
then
they
normally
forget.
we lose it, and then they come back and say, well, it's Sunday.
I feel good about this one.
Yeah, I
I
do.
do.
Too.
We're
Yeah.
beyond
a lot of
you.
square plays.
A lot of square plays.
We've been going 3-1 a lot.
Yeah.
It's time to
Yeah,
go
that's-
4-0.
Time for the 4-0. Let's move into the NFL for the week. Big news. Finally, Hackett is gone in Denver. The Broncos are a disgrace to football.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams beat them
Just-
51-14. The Rams are terrible.
Made the Rams look like a Super Bowl team
They
again.
did.
They made Baker look like an MVP.
They did.
He was the MVP.
He was the
Oh yeah, because it was on Nickelodeon. That's
Yeah.
right.
I love them, and I watched some of the Nickelodeon broadcasts, and it was just fun.
It's
It was a
kind of it's
horrible
fun to
game,
watch.
But I tuned in, and it was like the announcers were like super laid back and not analytical at all, and we're just like having a good time watching the game. Like, this is nice.
Yeah. Maybe the boys down back could go on the MVP game someday.
Yeah, that'd be
We'd
awesome.
have a good time.
We could have our own
I
broadcast.
saw they
Yeah.
turned off. You could only vote for Rams players.
Yeah.
After
Yeah, because
So-
Russ would have got it.
the thing, like obviously the Broncos aren't going to make a huge. They would have to have a huge comeback to win that game. But say it happens, and then all these people voted for Baker because they did it because they knew Russ would win because people want to see him have to accept the award after getting blown out.
That'd be so fun.
What happens if it's just like one of the most insane comebacks ever, and then you give it to Baker Mayfield after they just blew a huge lead?
Yeah, that'd be funny.
You should almost like reopen the voting if that.
Chris, did this make you feel like a little bit good about the Rams, or is it are the Broncos just so bad that you're like it doesn't matter?
It did make me feel better. Cam Akers showed some things
Yeah.
for the
He did.
future.
Higbee
Higbee showed
won me my fantasy.
Higbee did well. I think this is going to help the Rams because their young wide receivers are going to get better without Kupp playing there, so they're going to get more experience. So then when they return next year, they'll kind of be better than they were now, and so it'll make their offense better.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the experience of not having their stars could help them in the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah.
We'll see.
'Kay.
Is the Russell trade like the worst trade in?
Could be.
I mean,
They gave up a lot. Seattle's
And
got
they're
to be
paying him
loving it.
so much.
I read someone tweeted what the trade was again, like a couple days ago, and I didn't realize how much they gave up for him.
Because
Seattle's got to be just thrilled
Oh,
because they're going to get like the 4th pick in the draft, and they're
They're-
8-win team.
they could make the playoffs.
Yeah,
It's
I
crazy.
just like
It is one of
because you're
one of the
paying
worst.
him. It's not like if you weren't paying him so much, it wouldn't be as bad.
yeah.
But you're paying it. I saw a TikTok. It's like if they were to cut him, like you're gonna pay him regardless.
Mhm.
It was like they would owe him like 30 million, 25. It goes up actually.
yeah,
So
he's got 12 bathrooms in his house,
Mhm.
12 touchdowns this
12
year.
touchdowns.
he needs one more.
We'll see if he can get it.
That might have been the dumb. I don't know how that got like publicized.
Yeah,
how
that was crazy.
that
Pretty
how-
funny though.
But that like, if you're him, that might be the worst thing about this whole season is your touchdown passes are getting compared to the number of bathrooms you have.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the Broncos, I wanted to bring up something that has really thrown me off lately. If you go through Twitter, you'll occasionally see like these posts of like quotes that players say, but there's a lot of like fake accounts that like fake it, and I don't know which is real and which is fake anymore because there's a lot out there.
Wilson.
There was one. It was Jerry Jeudy, and it was him saying, like, basically just how much Russ sucks. And I'm like, I don't know if that's real or not.
No,
I don't think
probably
it
not.
was. But there's like a lot of fake accounts out there that look real,
Huh.
and I never know what to believe anymore. It's getting out of hand.
It's hard to
Yeah.
tell with Twitter.
Figured out Elon.
Yeah.
I saw Russ stop saying Broncos country, let's ride after interviews because he did it for far too long
He did.
because he shouldn't have started doing it.
Did you go ahead?
Oh, I said I think we got to give Russ another chance under a new coach because obviously Hackett was just horrible.
Yeah.
Just wasn't the right fit. Because Russ can be good. When you look at him at the Seahawks, he's really good. So I don't really know what changed. I didn't watch a lot of him playing, but I'd say give him one more year before you totally give up on the trade. And they have to because they're paying him so much. So
yeah.
He's playing.
They're sticking
he's
with him,
starting
but-
for the next.
I saw something. So people think that the Broncos hired Hackett because they thought they might get Rodgers.
Yeah.
Do you think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true?
Yes.
yeah.
I think they hired him so they would get Rodgers, and then they didn't get Rodgers, and then they're like, well, why did we hire this guy?
Yeah, I
Because he
think that is
coached
true.
15 games.
Yeah. And it's just like, he was his offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he'll just come with his offensive
He doesn't
coordinator.
even. He didn't even coach. He hired.
Yeah.
So many coaches to like do his basically do his job for him. So I don't know what
Yeah.
he did.
Could be one of the worst hires
Yeah. It's
in
bad.
recent history.
I have some news that I've been thinking about, and it's really bad news.
It's about the Packers. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they're starting to come on.
I think the
it's
Packers are
happening.
going to make the playoffs.
No, it's gonna happen. Everything they needed to happen last week happened. The Lions lost, the Seahawks lost, the Commanders lost, or Giants.
Giants
both,
and
both of
Commanders
them did.
lost.
Just perfect scenario, and then they go in and beat the Dolphins after getting.
On the road.
They were down early. I thought they were gonna get blown out. That was my lock. And
Yeah.
Tua started Tuaing and just.
They have
They got the
play
Vikings this week at home.
Vikings and then the Lions.
Both at home in Green Bay.
Of course.
So they'll probably win both,
Oh yeah.
which means they'll get in the playoffs, and then Aaron Rodgers
That means
gets
we're going to
in.
have a bad Packers team. Well,
Bucks.
I don't know if they're bad or not, but then the Packers or the Bucks, yeah, they're probably going to get into. I would
And they're
assume.
both
They
going to
have-
make runs, and they
Yeah.
don't deserve. It's like Chris in fantasy.
Yeah.
Just doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs, but then he's going to make his little run.
3 feet.
Now he's playing for the championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, Braden.
Yeah, I've already processed that.
Yeah,
Don't
it
worry. It's no
sucks.
shock to me.
We need Kirk Cousins to do the Kirk Cousins thing this week, and
What time?
just
I think
somehow
that game's
I
at
think it's
3:30 though.
Is it? I thought.
Yeah, it's at 3:30.
So it's not
Good for
gr-
Kirk.
Well, it's okay.
It's no 12.
Yeah.
o'clock,
We need
but
a
at least it's
12
not prime
Average,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
We need to talk about the Vikings. What's going on with them?
They've won 11 one-score games this year.
I have
opposite of Nebraska.
They'd be 1-13 if it was reversed,
See, I have a little.
or whatever. They'd have one win.
What
If-
makes me mad is when people say like the Vikings are a bad team and super lucky team, because I get that they have had things go their way, but at some point they win games.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what we say about TCU. They find ways to win, and that's honestly the sign of a good team, not a bad team.
Yeah.
Sure, it's not always the prettiest, and sometimes they have to come from way behind, but
Kirk Cousins.
at the end of the game, the only thing that matters is a win. So
I saw their point
I
differential.
think the Vikings
is
are a
like
good team.
the worst.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
very
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Which
It's
Because
bad.
they've gotten killed when they've lost.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
So
Counterpoint: Vikings are a good team.
I kind of
That's-
think
that's
Kirk
how I
Cousins
think.
is good.
Yeah, their defense
He's starting to
is
show
just
he-
awful.
yeah.
Defense
But-
sucks.
yeah.
What
But
did you
Justin
think-
their
Jefferson
offense is good.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
what did
They're
you think of the
interesting.
white end zone? In the
That
Weird.
is
It was
weird.
weird.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I liked their logo in the middle was kind of white too, right?
It was
I
all
liked
white,
that.
yeah.
That was cool.
I wish they didn't. They wore their purple helmets.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Would
wore
have been
purple
nice to go
helmets.
all white. The Eagles all black might be
Oh, I love those.
my favorite uniform in the
Speaking of the Eagles and Cowboys, Dylan,
Mm,
how'd that
yeah.
Cowboys win get you?
It felt good. I didn't love. I mean, Gardner Minshew, he's a good backup
Yeah.
quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
good. It made me a little nervous because it was the backup quarterback. If we play them in the playoffs and Jalen Hurts is playing, but you can counterpoint that with the Eagles barely beat the Cowboys with Cooper Rush at quarterback earlier in the year.
Correct.
So
Counterpoint. Cowboys are supposed to have an elite defense, and Gardner put up like 34
The
on
defense
them.
needs to figure it out.
Counterpoint.
well, we have go ahead.
dead coach game.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you figured he'd come out slinging. But,
He was gonna throw it all across.
Yeah, true.
I was
True,
watching
true,
this. I started watching this at my parents' house, and my dad watched the episode, and he was like, "Didn't somebody take the Cowboys? I think they were down 10-0." And I was like, "Yeah,
that was you.
me." He's like,
Incredible.
nice, Kev.
That fumble in the fourth quarter won the cover.
Yeah.
Terrible fumble by Miles Sanders.
Yeah,
It's
shout
terrible.
out TikTok comment who said,
Hypothetically.
"Cowboys, that's the best you got." Yeah, it was, because it won.
was a
Sorry.
win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was ugly.
Nice guy.
It's such a ride, the Cowboys this year, because we're good. I know we're good, but they just Dak just throws it everywhere, all over the field, which is good, but it's also terrible sometimes. So I'm not expecting a deep playoff run just because I know he's going to make some big time mistake like he did last year in the Niners game where he slid too late. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you still think they're going to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I was actually thinking,
Or
what do you
at least
guys
go
think?
to the
What do you
Super
think the Super Bowl matchup will be? Let's predict
Oh, put me
who
on the
we
spot, huh?
who we think the Super Bowl matchup will be.
Bowl? I don't think the Bills are going to make it.
I was gonna say.
So what do you think the matchup will be then? I'm going Bills Cowboys. Bills
Nice,
Cowboys
that's what I
Super
was gonna
Bowl.
say.
I don't think the Eagles are going to make it either. I think they're going to choke.
Bucks,
Packers?
Bills.
Not possible, but
Peters is going Bucks and Bills.
No,
No, the Bucks are. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. Just for.
I was gonna say
But I don't.
Dallas will
think
beat them in the first
Dallas.
round.
I think we will beat them.
You gonna go with Purdy?
I was about to say Purdy.
Peters would be sweating.
Yeah.
give me the Eagles and Niners in the NFC Championship. Eagles get by them. Give me the Chiefs again.
So
Getting
Eagles
there.
Chiefs. Is that-
Eagles Chiefs.
Okay.
That's what I'm going
Eagles
with.
Chiefs for Trevor.
Yep.
I think I would do like the Chiefs.
Okay.
And I'm going to go Eagles as champion.
Okay.
Chiefs defense is going to let them down. Butker's going to screw him somehow because he's
Yeah,
bad.
Butker will
Yeah,
screw.
Butker
He
will.
could screw the Chiefs.
I think the Bills will win.
Cowboys.
Could you guys see the Bengals making a run
They could.
Yeah.
again?
I mean, the
could.
I
Bills,
just think
and
they've
obviously,
been there before, and they know. They know what to
actually,
do in the playoffs.
give me the Bills over the Chiefs.
So
Bills,
Eagles Bills
are good. Eagles, Bills.
and Eagles win.
Eagles.
I have
Okay,
a
I've
weird
got Bills Cowboys Bills win the
Alright.
Super
I
Bowl.
have a weird feeling about the Bills. I don't know.
Dylan and
The
Peters,
Bills off.
give your
I think I like Purdy. I think I like the Niners.
okay. Niners against.
Chiefs.
Okay, who wins?
I think the Chiefs.
Chiefs win the Super Bowl for
Ugh.
Their
Dylan.
offense is just too
I'm
Gross.
gonna say Bills Cowboys.
Okay.
Cowboys win it because I texted Dylan that I'm buying into liking the Cowboys.
Okay.
And it would
I
just
said-
be the perfect. If they win the Super Bowl, then I can't have them as an NFL team because they just won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So
Also,
I mean, I hope that happens. That'd be awesome.
Santa got me a Justin Fields jersey for Christmas, and he proceeds to have his worst game of the year.
Oh no.
I opened it
Oh, no.
Christmas Eve morning, and he played later that day, and just horrible. So
And I heard it was too big.
it's a little too big. We're working
Too
on it.
big.
the
That's okay.
Elves didn't get the right size.
Nope.
That's
It's all right.
okay.
It'll get fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
It'll get fixed.
And he'll figure it all out.
You'll grow into it. You'll grow into
True.
it.
I'm
will
about
grow
to
into
get
it.
yoked, so maybe I will.
He did say he's about to get yoked.
Yep. It's my New Year's resolution.
Let's move into the NFL locks
Shit.
for this week. I think we were 2-1 last week in ones that we put out. We lost your video, but I
Oh,
don't-
yeah.
Did you hit yours?
No, the Commanders
yeah,
suck.
Okay, 2-2. Good. Way to
2 and
put it out.
1.
Yeah.
2-1.
Just didn't give one last.
Nope.
Peter, start us off. What do you got?
People are gonna say it's the best we got, but I'm going with New England -2.5. Tua concussion protocol.
Could be dead.
Yep.
We're gonna look back at the Tua 2022 season, and if God forbid he dies too early, this is the season they're gonna look back.
Yeah.
And I just think it's in New England. You got to travel up to New England. It's never easy. I get it square. Mac Jones, dirty player.
Yeah.
But that was egregious. He just dove at the Eli Apple's legs.
Yeah.
10 yards behind it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go Patriots -2.5. I get it square.
Square.
All right.
Yeah.
Last week it won going square.
Yeah. Love it. Trev, what's your NFL lock?
Yeah, this one jumped out to me. Probably a trap. Let me hear it. I don't care. I'm going Rams Chargers over 41.
Trap.
Square.
Huge trap.
Square,
I
Huge
looked at the
trap
line
game.
and say, why is that 41 points? So I probably should take the under, but nope. I'm a sucker. I'm taking the over. Baker's that guy. He's got the offense clicking. Chargers D isn't good, although they have been playing better lately, but Chargers have enough weapons on offense to just get. It's going to be a shootout. I'm projecting my model has 54 points, so
Okay.
a lot of value on the over here.
Love that.
Chargers Rams over 41.
Great pick.
Lock.
Nice.
Great pick. Chris, what's your NFL lock?
I'm going to go with the Texans +4.5. They
Okay.
play the Jaguars. They're at home. Texans have yet to win a home game for their fans all year, so they need to win a home game just
Yeah.
to keep
have
the
to.
fans' interest. And the game means nothing to the Jaguars. Jaguars play the Titans next week for the division. People are saying the Titans are going to sit their players. Jags might sit their players just to rest up for one final game to make the playoffs. Texans are playing better. Scrappy, +4.5.
I kind of love that.
Love that play.
Sprinkle some ML if you're
Yeah.
really thinking
You're
about
not a
it.
coward.
Yeah,
If you got
if you're not a
units to
coward.
spare,
Huh?
if you got units to
Yeah,
spare.
if you got units to spare,
Yeah, why not?
play it.
Great pick. My NFL lock this week is the Jaguars Texans under 43.5. Like Chris said, Jags have nothing to play for. They play the Titans for the division next week. Houston's playing well, but still their offense isn't great. So I think a lot of players are going to be sitting, and that's just a recipe for an under. Could be a 13-7 game.
Maybe a same game parlay for those two.
Could be a same
Texans
game
and
parlay.
under.
Do it.
Why not? So those are, I think we're going to go 4-0 this week.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the parlay's going to hit.
Ooh, imagine that. We'd be going crazy.
Boys,
That'd be like 16-ish units.
boys are going to ring in the new year up units.
Yes.
Up a lot of units. I was going to ask you guys, do you guys have any New Year's resolutions we'd like to share? It's been a good year. Great year.
It's been a great year.
Excited for 2023.
I want to eat a little healthier. I eat horrifically.
Same.
So,
No, that's fair.
I always say I'm
mine.
going to bet less. Never happens.
See, that was the opposite of
Okay.
mine.
Bet more.
Bet more?
Well, not necessarily bet more, but bet better. I'm gonna win more bets is what I'm gonna work
Okay.
on in 2023.
Oh, okay. I like that. I
Yeah.
like that.
Also, I'm gonna get yoked.
Yes.
I'm gonna get a little body going. So a
Fantastic.
couple things for the mental health. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
write
win,
those goals down.
gonna win more bets and get ripped.
Yeah.
So.
I'm going to try and be a good dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty
Yeah.
Yeah.
solid one.
Yeah.
I love it.
Very good.
Chris?
I don't really have one. I don't know.
I'm not a
mean,
big resolution guy,
No, I'm not either.
but
I like what I'm doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Keep
Just
growing
cool.
the pod.
Keep doing me. See what happens.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Everybody who's
all you can do.
listening on Spotify, New Year's resolution, watch on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make the switch. It's better.
Follow
We
the
have
TikTok.
3 cameras now.
Follow the TikTok.
Follow the TikTok.
Even if you only listen,
Mm-hmm.
turn the YouTube on, turn the brightness down,
Yes.
and just listen.
We'd appreciate it. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe,
Comment.
comment. Be
We'd
a little
love
bit
to hear
nicer in
comments.
the comment section.
Yeah.
You can be mean,
Sure.
just a little bit nicer.
Yeah, a little bit.
Anywho, thanks for spending 2022 with us.
Yeah. We're approaching a year, so maybe we'll have a special year episode pretty soon. Best of. It could be.
Best sounds of the year.
Best sounds of the year.
Best Reddit readings of the year.
Oh yeah.
The Will Smith slap.
Waffle Stomp's going to take the throne there.
Someone
should
at
have a
family
year-end.
Christmas brought up the Waffle Stomp, so that's still hanging around.
Good.
Yep,
Good.
so-
Never die. Long live the Waffle Stomp.
Long live the Waffle Stomp. All right. It's the Boys Done Bad podcast. I'm Dylan.
I'm Trev.
Peters.
I'm Chris.
Have yourselves a top 10 weekend.